Hi, I'm Beth Urech, and this is the devotional for Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. Once again, I'm indebted to my friend Jan Burskins, who loaned me Standing at the Edge, Finding Freedom Where Fear Meets Courage by Joan Halifax, who is based in Santa Fe. I've used excerpts from this book in a few of my devotionals, but I have to admit that reading it has been heady. It's been difficult for me. Sometimes I've read a paragraph several times and I'm not really sure that I'm getting the full worth of the paragraph. That's why I was really pleased that at the end of the book, Joan Halifax includes grace, Grace, which she has devised as an active, contemplative way for interacting with others to increase compassion. She says that in most Eastern philosophies, the concept that our brain can transform is very apparent. But in the West, most religions and philosophies believe that we just have to deal with the cards that we are dealt. And I can say that both of my feet are planted firmly in the West. But I like to think that I'm open to new ideas and that maybe with the correct practices, I can transform my brain, my habits, my way of looking at the world. She begins with G for grace and says that this is where we have to gather ourselves. We have to get grounded. Perhaps that's going to involve feet firmly planted on the floor. Perhaps that's going to involve breathing in and out, focused solely on the breathing until we are at a place where we are open and receptive. And then R is for recall, to recall the intention that we are going to try to interact with someone and have a conversation or an interactive meeting. So that's the recall. And then the A is for attune. We need to attune ourselves and others so that we're all on the same page. Can I say it like that? And then the C is for considering what will serve this particular interaction. And I think that's really important because based on the person and the place and the time of day and the mood, a lot of things need to be taken into consideration so that the interaction is appropriate. And then the E is to engage, which is to get going, get in gear, and also end, which I found quite interesting because we have to end these communions, these conversations, these connections, and we have to assess what worked, what didn't work, because only then can we move on either with the same person or with another person. You know, I was suddenly halfway through listening or reading this and thinking about it, reminded to something that I have done with Speak for Yourself. That's my company. I call it stride and glide, and it's how you begin and then end a speech. And the stride actually is to come to the front of the room and ground yourself. I don't say gather, I say ground yourself, both feet firmly planted. And then I also talk about making the connection with your audience, ascertaining what they are interested in and trying to weave that into your communication, and then engaging, and then at the end, recapping. So it was very pleasant for me to realize that something I've done with my communication skills company is something that in some ways is very similar to grace. May you find grace today.